Chopping It Up on the Butcher's Block. I'm Adam.
I'm Undine.
I'm Patrick.
And we are Chef's Trio.
Today on Chopping It Up, we have our bundt cake with a rum brown sugar frosting. And over here, we have some kid treats. We have some special guests coming up. So we did some Rice Krispie treats and a Golden Graham s'mores bar. It can be customized how you like it. If you want to jazz it up with a little bit of melted chocolate on top of the s'mores, you can do that. You can also decorate the Rice Krispie treat with a little bit of white milk chocolate, a little bit of stripes to make it festive for any event that you have, or even for Christmas or Halloween. You can definitely do many different things. But this is a good everyday treat to have for your kids. Just has say, hey, it's snack time. There you go. Knock it out.
And since the weather is turning around to be so nice, this is also perfect for those campfire evenings.
Yep.
Or if you have to bring them indoors, because sometimes it might get a little cold, you can make these right here in your kitchen, a nice little pot with a little bit of melted marshmallow.
And you can place your order at chefstrio.com.
And with us today is Siobhan Copeland, owner of Sweet Sorrel Tea. And I think at some point you're going to see her two sons, Jet and Jackson. And here we also have her wonderful husband, Martin. Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you for being with us.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, for those viewers that have never experienced sorrel, can you tell us a little bit about the origin and what it's actually made of?
Sure. So sorrel is an actual plant. It's a purple and it comes from the hibiscus family. So it's very deep purple and it has a lot of health benefits to it. And in our culture, I'm Jamaican, we boil down the leaves, the plant, to make it into a punch, and you strain it. And there's all different types of cultures who season it based off of their culture. So everything from ginger to cinnamon, and then the real treat is when you add some Jamaican rum to it, and it becomes a holiday favorite. Or then people just do it all year long.
Hey.
So that's rum. That's sorrel.
Okay.
Speaking my language.
What does it
Right.
taste like? If you had to describe it, what would you say it tastes like for those that don't know?
So without any seasoning or anything like that in it, it's a little bitter. It's when you add the sugar, the spices, what you like, that it gives you this sweet kind of fruity punch type of taste to it. And it tastes like hibiscus. It's
Yeah.
a very distinct taste.
It's like a bitter tea. Without all the seasonings, it's like a bitter tea because it's brewed in the same way.
Right.
So when you add it, it's a punch.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you come up with your business name?
So Sweet Sorrel has a bit of a ring to it. We pronounce it in our culture, we pronounce it sorrel, but the actual plant is actually called sorrel. So most Americans will say sorrel, but the way we pronounce it, it sounds like sorrow, like SORROW. And so I was like, how people always say parting is such sweet sorrow. Yeah, and so that's how I came up with that. I was like, well, I want to say it the way that we say it in our culture, sorrow, and add the sweet to it. So Sweet Sorrel.
Nice.
All right. So we saw one of the sweet babies in the background.
Yes.
And I would love
Jackson,
to know.
poke your head in and say, hey, baby.
We love seeing your posts.
There he
with your kids
is.
involved. Hey,
That's
Jack.
Jackson.
How are you, buddy?
That's Jackson, and this is he's covered in pizza. But
What's up, Jack? Hey.
Hey.
yeah.
So we love seeing your posts with your kids being involved in the process. Can you tell us, how do you balance being a business owner, working a full-time job, and being a parent?
Yeah. Martin is actually really helpful with that because he sort of got me on track with creating a schedule. And he called, what do you call them?
I call it cycles.
Cycles, yeah.
And she doesn't know this, but I'm a huge America's Next Top Model fan, and that's where I got cycles from.
I did.
Well, all right then. Shout out to ATM.
Right.
Shout out to Tyra.
So we do things in cycles because he saw that I was baking and making the sorrel like 24/7, and that gets a little hard, especially now with virtual learning and things like that. The kids aren't somewhere else, they're here 24/7, and so having those cycles, having that schedule is something that really helps. Some of the things that we do is include the kids, particularly Jax, as you see here. So we he helps me to label the bottles, and we have like a little example here. So he will help me, put the labels on it and that sort. And he loves doing that. And that way I can focus on just brewing the tea and straining and doing all of that good stuff. So including them, having a very strict schedule in these cycles is something that just really helps, and I can plan my time better that way.
Okay. So I overheard you say you do baking as well. What else do you do outside of sorrel tea?
Yes. So I make a cheesecake. And so it's a rum cheesecake. It's delicious. It has a cinnamon crust.
Yes.
And I mix in some Jamaican white rum, but I also started creating different flavors. And so right now we've been doing the brown sugar bourbon flavor. And I mix actual alcohol into all of the products, and so you can taste it, because I was always afraid, well, if you bake alcohol in, you can't taste it, and I want people to be able to taste the rum, the bourbon, and that sort of thing. And so we came up with a way to make sure that they taste all of the flavors. And so the brown sugar bourbon cheesecake, the rum cheesecake, and then I just do an original for people who want to share it with their kids.
All right, I love that.
Cheesecake is the way to my heart. So anytime,
I got you.
We're just a few minutes away.
I got you.
We should
My
play
girl.
a tasting of a Chef's Trio
I
sorrel
think
tea
so.
tasting. And we can have a
Hey,
whole lot
listen,
of spreads.
let's be on it. I got you.
All right.
So, Mr. Jax, what is your favorite part of helping your mom with Sweet Sorrel Tea?
Putting the stickers on the bottles.
Oh,
You don't have that other favorite part?
My goodness.
Well,
That's your favorite part?
He's really focused on his ice cream right now. He's really focused on his ice cream right now, but I'll tell you his other favorite part is that because his mom is a business owner, he wanted to be a business owner. So he started, sit down. He started his own called Jackson's Juice, which is sorrel, because sorrel can be bitter and strong for kids. So he put, and this was a happy accident, he put lemonade in it. And we were just like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
so
like sorrel lemonade.
It's a sorrel lemonade mix that he sort of bottles and sells for kids. And he has his own labels, his logo. Like, he sat with me and we designed his logo together. He's in it to win it.
But little entrepreneur.
Yes. Yeah, he did an event with me once, and he actually sold out, and I didn't sell out.
Man.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
So, talking about entrepreneurs, what were your goals when you started up Sweet Sorrel Tea, and how have they changed versus today?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was really just sort of like a side hustle. I make sorrel really well, and it's funny. I had a bunch of friends over, and all of these friends were American, and we ran out of
Whatever
yeah, and I said, well, I have all this sorrel that I made. Let's just use that. And everyone was like, oh my God, like what is this? Like, do you sell it? Could I get some? And I was just, I don't expect Americans to like it as much as West Indians, because it's just a part of our culture. We grow up with it, and it's, it can be an acquired taste, but they loved it. And I was like, oh, look, that's cool. Well, I do this anyway, let's, make some money while we're at it. And now I really want to be able to pass this business down to my children, and for it to be a really, really huge source of not just income, but to connect them to my culture, because that's extremely important to me, that they understand that and are a part of that.
So traditional wealth,
exactly,
and also cultural.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly.
And what I really love about that is that Jax is already taking a part of this already with his own line.
Right.
And that really sets the tone for him to understand the power of a dollar and how to work hard for what he wants. And I love that he took part of that. That's amazing.
And
yeah.
as a growing Black man, the power of the Black dollar.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So true. Yes.
Definitely.
And he, they come with me when we do, because I do deliveries, local deliveries, so he's in the back seat. He knows when I have the bags and I have all the punch. He's like, oh, we're making Sweet Sorrel deliveries. Like he knows. And, because we're doing contactless right now, he's the one that will drop it on the porch, ring the doorbell, come back into the car. Like he's really, really a part of the business. And I love that he's learning that, when some kids are sleeping in on Saturday morning, he's working.
Nice. Love it. Nice.
Yeah.
So, how has the pandemic affected your business?
It's funny. The only thing that I think that it's really affected is my time, because the kids are home, but you're still working full time. I'm just working around the clock. And so I don't always have the amount of time that I would like to dedicate just to Sweet Sorrel. Because if anything, I actually feel like there are parts where our sales increased because people really needed a strong drink. It really just needed, and it's funny because I really enjoyed being able to do that, for people who just I just need to relax and not think about all the craziness going on. I just need to indulge in some cheesecake. I just need, a good strong hit of that rum. And so I was like, when we did our cycles, I was actually surprised because I thought, we would see less volume, but not at all. I've sold out in every cycle that I've done.
We actually have one customer who was ordering so much cheesecake. She like back to back, and she was having, an event here. So she would she would bring cheesecake to an event, just back to back ordering. And then she got COVID, unfortunately. Yeah. Now let me jump to the end and say she's doing well. She's she's on the mend, she's great. But she told Siobhan that she was more upset about not being able to taste the cheesecake than anything else because she lost her sense of taste.
We were like, wait a minute, you're not like worried about she was just like, no,
I can't taste the cheesecake.
She was like, I can't taste it, I'm mad. I'm sorry.
I love it. That's awesome. That would totally be me too. I ain't worried about COVID. I am worried about being able to taste this here cheesecake. Well, Patrick and I met you both when we were all neighbors, and it really was your kindness, your generosity, your hospitality, and your sorrel and those darling kids that brought us all together. And we're really happy that you could find time to be with us today. And we hope you'll accept our utmost thanks for chopping it up with Chef's Trio on the Butcher's Block today. But before we go, tell us, how can people reach you?
So my Instagram page right now is the Soul Source, and so it's at Sweet Sorrel Tea, SweetSorrelTea. Sweet Sorrel Tea on Instagram. You can put your orders there, send direct messages or one of the posts, and I'll follow up with you.
Nice. Awesome. And that will also be in the link in the description as well. Thank you all for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, chefs. We appreciate you having us.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
And look out for that contact. We're going to definitely get together.
I got you.
Awesome. I need me some cheesecake and some sorrel.
I got you. I got y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. I got you.
Make sure you join us for our next interview on April 15th.
Thanks for chopping up with Chef's Trio.